Hello, friends. You're invited to live your spirit consciously and authentically. Most people aren't living with intention. They're running old childhood patterns. You may experience fear, stress, anxiety, or even chronic pain that doesn't fully go away. This is where emotional intelligence becomes power and freedom. Welcome to Living Your Spirit with Anthony. In each episode, we explore moving through emotional pain, living more authentically, and stepping outside the old matrix of fear and stepping into conscious living.
Hello, friends. Who knows what a wake-up call is? So a wake-up call could be that thing that happens in your life that kind of makes you go, oh man, I really need to change. Or a wake-up call could be a friend calling you on your cell phone. But if you're a little bit older, boys and girls, and you were born in, let's say, the 70s, I guess, a wake-up call could be the thing that came through a real hard-wired telephone in a hotel room or in your home or your apartment. But you could call down to the front desk of the hotel and say, hey, call me at 6 a.m. And they would call you and wake you up at 6 a.m. And then as technology got better, you could just go into the phone and program the phone to ring at 6 a.m. No need for a human to call you. Now, of course, in 2026, we have our cell phones laying next to our beds on our nightstands. We have alarm clocks. We have many ways to get our so-called wake-up call. But have you gotten your wake-up call? Have you gotten your call that says there is going to need to be so much more to life right now than there has been ever? And what I mean by that is the wake-up call for you and everyone is, how do I use my awareness? How do I use my consciousness? How do I get what I want out of life? How do I advance? How do I stay afloat? How do I keep progressing instead of regressing? How do I keep winning instead of losing? I see articles with people getting laid off. Robots or AI is taking jobs, and people need to understand what they can do. And then they need to take steps for things that they would like to do. How will you become creative? How will you use your mind, your consciousness, your awareness, your visualization to get the things that you want in life? So certainly thinking and feeling the way I've spoken about it in numerous other episodes is creating much of what you have in your life. So it's probably really important right now for you to think and feel in a manner that's going to propel you forward, get you the job, get you the account, get you the contract, get you the creativity, the mindset, whatever it is you need to advance and to continue moving forward, to keep your life together, your relationships together, your family together, income, health, whatever all of those things mean. You're going to have to figure out how to use your mind, your awareness, your consciousness to create things that help your life better, to help your life get better, to stay better, and to keep it from falling apart. And I think that's the thing that most people don't really understand right now. If you look at articles or you read news or you watch news or you listen to certain things, including podcasts, they will tell you about all the things that are coming that are going to destroy you. But that's the way the world works. How can we make everyone feel sad, helpless, hopeless, lonely? Because, of course, in those situations, we are more easily manipulated. But on the other side of that, there are people telling you, asking you, inviting you, allowing you to see a different story, to see a different outcome, to experience a different outcome. And that is, how can you create the thing that you want to create using your mindset and your consciousness to intentionally move forward in life versus just sitting on the sidelines and saying, this is what's happening in the world. There's nothing I can do about it. I just have to accept it. That's never been the way anyone has gotten to the next level or moved forward. If you think back in history, how many times were there wars, or was there famine, or were there viruses like the bubonic plague? How did people get out of all of those things? They had a vision. They were consciously and intentionally moving towards something else, something to better their lives, make their lives different. And we have to do the same exact thing now. It's no different. It's no different than it was 50, 100, 500 years ago. It's just that we've gotten so distracted that we don't even realize that we need to use our mind. We need to think consciously. We need to think with intention. We need to plan out. We need to visualize. We need to see what we want, think about what we want with intention, and feel our way into actually manifesting it. And the reason that's going to be so important now is because, yes, the robots are coming. AI is coming. And unfortunately, jobs are going away. But if you notice the flip side of that, creative people using their mind, using their consciousness, using their awareness, using their insight, their vision, are building small companies all around the globe. 12-year-olds are building companies. 80-year-olds are building companies. It's so much easier now because so many people are focused on what suits me, what do I like, what do I love, what do I need, what do I want. So we're in an era of so many choices. We don't need major corporate brands because we have millions of small brands that give us exactly what we want the way that we want it. If you don't like this coffee machine, you have 20 other choices. 50 years ago, that wasn't the thing. If you don't like this brand of soda, and I won't name that major brand, but now you can buy any number of maybe 60 or 70 or 80 other brands of soda. That's because people are creating things that they really like, they really love, and they really believe in. And when they do that, other people notice it. They also like it, they also love it, and they buy it. That's why if you read a book, let's see, going way back now, there's a book, Brave New World. I read that book in 1989. If you read that book now, it will kind of seem like, I think this is what is happening in the world. When I read that book in 1989, I thought, this is crazy. There's no way the world is going to be like this. Why would the world be like this? And then I thought, well, what if the world does become like this? And as everything would happen, like the Titanic sinking, and of course the Titanic being built, That was all part of someone's mindset, consciousness, awareness, intention, and visualization. How do I create a boat that doesn't sink? And someone thinking even the largest boat will sink. So banks collapsing, corporate entities collapsing. It's all starting to happen now because we have so many creative people building things on their own that are successful. So you don't need to go to the store and buy one specific brand. You have the option of buying 30, 40, or 50 different brands, all suited specifically to you. That all comes from creativity. What do I want to create and offer to the world? That's going to be your ticket to getting out and surviving in the future as AI comes in and robots come in. So this is your wake-up call. Has your phone began to ring? When your phone rings and it wakes you up, what are you doing? How are you doing it? What are you thinking about? What do you envision for your future? How are you going to get there? Take out a good old pen and a good old piece of paper and write things down and think through them. This is what I want to create. This is what I want to be. This is who I want to be. How will I get there? Why do I want this? Why do I want to be this person? Why do I want to sell this thing? Why do I want to offer people this? And how will I do it? And then why will I do it this way? Why does this way work for me? All of that is what we're all going to need to do individually. And the wake-up call pretty much has already come through. It's been ringing for, I'd say, a couple years now. But the phone keeps getting louder and louder and closer and closer. So we can't really ignore it. So aside from the phone that's ringing next to your bed, this episode is your wake-up call. So my question is, what are you going to do now that you are awake? Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next episode.
Hello, friends. Do you have a question about something you heard in this episode? Or do you have your own personal story that you would like to share with the audience? Please go to the show notes and click on Fan Mail to send me a text message. I'll be sure to feature your question in an upcoming episode or contact you so that you can be a guest. If you would like to join the 5-Day Clarity Challenge, please go to CoachAJ.com and click on the pop-up box that shows up as soon as you hit the website. Thanks for listening. We'll connect really soon.